SOS.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, round of applause for my next guest. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Barber, entrepreneur, no plan B, no mommy daddy money. He did it by himself, free will. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me and welcome me, my brother, Cisco the Barber. Wow!
In the building.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here. It's an honor and a pleasure. Long time coming. Appreciate the patience. Let's tone it down, 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 let's tone it down. Round of applause.
Turn it up, turn it up. All the way up.
Round of applause.
Turn it up on that.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Gather your thoughts. Think about where you want to start. All right. How does it feel?
It's good to be in the building, man. With the myth, the legend.
Yourself or me?
Both of us.
Both of us.
But no, I was talking about you, man.
The man, the myth. You think so?
Yeah.
All right. Let me get situated here. I think we're good. You like that, huh?
Hit my button, bro. Damn, they can't hear this. Fuck. Not yet, not yet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. The real truth is, I don't know if we'll release this. I don't know if we're going to use this. I don't know if these will just be reels. I don't know if these will be out for the public. But we had to start. We had to do it. And the truth of the matter is, being in front of these cameras, I don't know why I always get cold feet. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to ask. But at the same time, we said this was not going to be like...
We're just hanging out. Just two brothers hanging out at the shop, you know? What we always do.
Talking shop. Well, for the people who are just meeting you today, you go by Javier, you go by Cisco. This is my older brother, my only brother. And I feel like we had a long time coming. We had a long time of discussing whether or not, well, actually not whether or not, but just when we were going to do an interview.
Matter of time.
It was just a matter of time, getting our ducks in a row. But for the people here that don't know you, introduce yourself, man. Let us know. Who are you?
That is the $1 million question, man. So for those of you that do know me, that are from Santa Barbara, you guys all know me by Javier. In the industry, I go by Cisco. Now, some of you may ask, where does Cisco come from? My first name, my legal name. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, what's the correct, way to address me? Whatever feels right. If you know me long enough, Javier. If you know me from the barber industry, then Cisco. But at the end of the day, I think both of them is love.
Both of them apply. Both of them
apply. I think that's an interesting topic because every time I drop off my oldest Zane, there's still a lot of teachers that work there that
they remember you,
that remember me, and I have clients, fathers that have been in the same class with me, and I remember kindergarten opening up and it's an icebreaker, right? You're next to your kid, you're going around saying your old teacher, Miss Hurtado.
Yeah.
She was like, hey, I want you guys to go around and tell us your name and who's your son and your son's name. And I remember looking at my two clients and being like, these guys know me by Cisco, and I'm about to drop it on them and be like, my name's Javier. I remember when I said that, I locked eyes with one of them and he was like,
well, who is this guy?
Who is this? Like, okay, that's cool.
Imposter.
Yeah, so then, I still have to explain that time to time, hey, I heard you're Javier at school, but in the industry you're Cisco. Like, what do I call you? I never know what to say. I'm
Whatever
like,
you want.
whatever feels natural, whatever
Yeah.
rolls off the tongue, you know?
There's no right or wrong. How did you? So Cisco, because I've had the luxury of knowing you my whole life, I got a front row seat to you going from Javier to Cisco. So why did you decide to have that pivotal moment of Javier pre-barber industry, and then you got into barbering, and I feel like that's when you made the point to say, okay, I'm going by Cisco now.
Yeah, I think I really, one of the, you're right. You're right. I did kind of start embracing the whole Cisco thing. I think it was at work. People would just, look at the legal paperwork and then it said Francisco, but I've been Javier my whole life, and I felt like Francisco was my dad. And I mean, even dad, they don't call him that,
Yeah.
But I just started going by Cisco, and then once I was in the barber industry, I think going to, I guess we'll get into it later, but I ended up going to barber school in Orange County, and then right there we're talking social media and like marketing yourself, and that's when I was like, shit, I need to figure something out now, and like, what am I gonna name myself? And I was just very like, it's life or death. I wasn't thinking the way I'm thinking now, where I'm like, I could always rebrand or like rename myself, but
Yeah.
everybody just really liked. I had really good positive feedback with Cisco, and I was like, Cisco the Barber. Then it's never
stuck.
changed. It's just stuck. And then I knew that once the local boy came back to Santa Barbara, once again, nobody here knows Cisco. They just know Javier.
Yeah.
So then once I started going by Cisco and marketing myself, and I had the local friends, family, they're like, Cisco, ¿quién es Cisco? Well, me.
Yeah.
But now it's funny because our cousins and like even mom be like, Cisco, ven pa acá, or like Luigi will call Cisco, like, so I feel like it's
That's funny.
it just kind of, people kind of shifted
They
to the whole
gravitated
Cisco,
towards
it's
it,
just gravitated towards that name just because business. And but at the end of the day, like I said, if you call me Javier, I know how long you've known me. You call me Cisco, still probably know you a good amount of time, but it's just I met you through a different phase in life, I guess.
Yeah, at a different point. Well, congratulations. We're coming up on a full year, close to a year. We're probably about 8 months ish.
8 months, 4 months away.
Being in ownership of Danny's Barbershop for almost a full year. And you know what that costs for, right? A little round of applause. And a little bounce, if you will. Yeah. All right, so within that year, almost year mark, we're at a short 8 months, but we're almost a year into you now going from a few things, right? Going from being a barber in barbershops, right? So working at other barbershops in Santa Barbara, which, there's a handful there. You then went into opening your own suite where there's one barber chair, working solo, having your own book of business to support yourself. And then now growing your operation to 4 chairs where you work with multiple barbers, you oversee the whole operation, and you basically make the decisions top to bottom for everything that surrounds the barbershop. What has been the biggest difference between being like a barber in a barber chair, you just have booth rent to worry about, to now you have a full-blown brick and mortar location to worry about? What were some of those added responsibilities that you didn't see as a booth rent barber per se?
I mean, I feel like a lot of them imply with being just a barber and being the barbershop owner, in the sense of, I don't know, I've it took me, my journey to get here. So I've worked in a decent amount of different shops to get different ideas, and that's why I'm here now. I felt like I know what I'm doing now. Like I know how to apply that.
Yeah.
But so I guess it really just depends on what type of shop you want to run. But I mean, I've been at barbershops where we have our